verbal abuse as a form of abuse, child abuse. I think that most people would agree that 90% is 95% is a good number that black children are being abused. So, I mean, what exactly are we going to do? I mean, that type of abuse lowers IQs, it lowers confidence, it leads to behavior issues, it leads to authority issues, it leads to a lot of social behavior that's going to either get that individual killed or killed during the killing or, in prison. Dealing with the penal system for leading to they 30, 35 years old. And then, majority of these Negroes, they get smart around that time. They get very, very smart between 30 to 45. Very smart. I mean, you talk to these niggas, they act like they got a PhD in Hotep logic. But you ask them what they were doing between 18 and 30, I mean, they can't say shit. Other than the man got me, but all right. Some may take some responsibility, accountability, and be like, I was lost. That's why I did these things, rather than just saying, I was a stupid motherfucker. Because see, identification is the first step to problem solving. This ghetto mentality is strong. It's really strong in the black community. Very strong. This is why a lot of the consumption patterns of these individuals is very easy to identify. When it comes to black products, and movies, music. I mean, that's why all the low level of artwork is highly sold in the black community. IQs are very low. IQs are very low. I mean, the bell curve at 94, 95, I forget the authors. I mean, they may have been some racist folks. They may have been some individuals that were off, but they definitely was on to something. Because, just think about it. Look at all the behaviors of majority of black people today. And ask yourself, why are so many fighting? Why are so many killing each other? Stupid stuff. I mean, if you look at majority of all black on black killings, male on male killings, 90% started from an argument. Just a simple argument. I fucked your bitch, or your bitch looked at me funny. Fuck you, nigga. Pop, pop, pop. One dead, one got away. Cops catch one, 2 lives taken off the block. I mean, it's that fucking simple. It's that simple. These individuals that's not from the hood, they can't even comprehend this shit. They don't even think that that's how these people think. But if you from the hood, if you was unfortunate to experience these situations, it's very easy. I mean, it's very easy. This stuff is common sense to you because you grew up in it, you lived it, you breathed it every day. In fact, you probably had to adopt some of these notions to survive. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. I mean, crawling out of the hood it takes courage. You're going to be laughed at for studying. You're going to be laughed at thinking you're going to go to college. I mean, in fact, the working class is going to even laugh at you, because see, the lower class, the ghetto class, and the working class, they all are going to the same schools together, and they bounce from class to class, each generation to each generation. The majority of blacks never enter into true middle class. They may enter into it by income because they were able to get a certain job. I mean, it's depending on if you live in a Rust Belt area, I'm quite sure you can still get you a solid job to make enough money to live in the middle class areas. But I mean, look at the value set. Middle class people typically put their children first in education. Man, education and blacks don't mean shit. I mean, coming home with a good GPA doesn't give you clout. It may keep your parents from whooping your ass. It might keep your mother from whooping your ass, make her feel proud. But it's all fake. It's all false insecurity. That's all it is. They have no true respect for education. None. I mean, when it comes to knowledge, black folks, nah. That's why a lot of them are religious. See, all this goes back to the colonial mentality, the ghetto mentality. If you can look at the parallelisms between Africans and black Americans, especially the countries that have a more of a, accommodationalist spirit towards their old colonial master, it's the same thing. I mean, they skin cream themselves, right? They do anything to look like a British, dress like them. but, you know, they do things against their own interests to look like a European. It's the same thing here in Black Americans, you know. Yeah, our families has broken down further than the majority of African countries that suffer from the colonial mentality. But I mean, if you look at the overall macro, how they govern themselves, it's totally anarchy, pretty much. I mean, the president is cutting off the top on all GDP monies. He doesn't care about the people at the bottom, same way in the hood. You think that drug dealer really gives a fuck about the people, the lives of people in the neighborhood? The only people he really give a fuck about, only time a black person is really giving the fuck about is when, you know, a police officer, you know, done something that was out of line, right? Or some white guy, some spooky cracker, as they would call it, is in the neighborhood, and perhaps he ended up killing a black person. Right? That's the only time you would see a drug dealer, you know, financing something, you know, or Thanksgiving, he's giving out turkeys. I mean, that's crazy. Drug dealer gives turkeys, right, as a contribution to the neighborhood. Meanwhile, he's raping the community. He's taking lives. I mean, he's taking lives easy. I mean, once you go on that crack nightmare train, I mean, majority of these motherfuckers on a 15-year stint. I mean, lives are ruined by the time they wake up out of that nightmare. So, I mean, you can't tell me these people are really, really Robin Hood. These are parasitic individuals. I mean, the ghetto mentality supports all these people. I mean, the ghetto mentality supports the killer, the homicide. I mean, the murderer in the community. Easy. That's why these guys can murder so many people, stay alive, and have a place to live. And the community know who it is. Cops can't get people to work with them. I mean, the ghetto mentality is the people who support the anti-snitching notion. I mean, who the fuck wouldn't snitch on a person that's killing in your own fucking community? A place where you sleep, a place where you live, a place where you got your children. But yet, let a white man walk in the neighborhood saying nigga, 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 nigga. Oh my God, these black niggas gonna march. They gonna march. They will march. See, black people, enemy to them is only white people. They don't understand it. There's black people who think just as white as, you know, motherfucking Duke Ellington. I mean, they still gonna subjugate you. They're just gonna be with a black person. I mean, these Negroes don't understand, but that ghetto mentality is a culture. It's strong, it's bonded, it's infused in the black culture. It's gonna be very, very difficult to even carve it out without so many bodies dropping. I mean, the percentage of black folks that support this shit is so high. You just don't know. You just don't know if it could be broken. I don't know if it could ever be broken. I think that even if we went back to Africa or wherever these 40 million black Americans went in the future, create their own state, create their own nation, I think it still is going to be a part of us. Because the great percent of the people love it. They enjoy it. They love it. They don't care about the destruction. They don't care the impact it has on the community. They only care about their individual utility. Period. This ghetto and colonial mentality that the Africans share, black Americans share is deep. Now, there's some that's broken that idea, you know, and those are the ones that are in the middle class segment of the population in America, right? If you go look at the Zimbabweans, they broke it, right? They kicked out all the majority of the white farmers and shit. I think they got them all out by now. They're strictly doing business with China. 50-50 contracts rather than these 80-20 contracts they were having with England. Okay, Mugabe has done a lot of great things, build up their economy. In fact, their economy is doing a lot great, doing great the last 20-some years. So there are African countries, just like there are African Americans who broke that mentality, who have went to school, who have or built their own company, or they got them a 9 to 5 and worked themselves up. However you want it, wherever your path is. See, that's not my question. I don't focus on you have to be a black entrepreneurial person to be someone that is doing something about. No, 9 to 5 jobs is good. You know, just ensure that you fill that 401k, ensure that you buy your home, ensure that you save your money, right? Ensure you educate your kids. That's all it's about. Because if we continue on this path, there's going to be a generation of black scholars and entrepreneurs that's going to break majority of us out of that type of thinking. But it takes time. It's generational. But as long as motherfuckers think that getting money at the expense of another man is cool, getting welfare money is cool, I mean, how you expect to make it? How you really think you're going to make it? Yeah, you'll make it as an individual, but you're killing your own kid. You're killing your own kid saying you love your kid at the same time. These people are fucking schizophrenic. They are. They truly are. They truly are. I haven't met a black mother yet tell me she hate her kids. And never heard it. But these bitches will run around telling me, I love my kid, I love my kid. Meanwhile, they beat the shit out of their child. Child got abuses all on. Child barely can speak English. They're fucking 13 years old. Right? Child can barely read and comprehend. Close to being, legally retarded. But they love them, though. They don't take no time out to do anything with the child. Don't teach a child shit. They think showering the child with gifts is parenting. These people, they don't understand. And, you will find the middle class people who understands what to do. They'll say when people are telling them that this is what's going on in the black community, that's just a small percentage of people. Y'all cherry picking. Y'all focused on the negative. I tell these folks all the time, that in order for me to see the big picture, I gotta see what the origin of the picture, so I gotta look at the negative. But see, these folks, they don't care. They don't care, because why? They got comfy positions in life. And, a lot of these people are emotional thinkers. Emotional people tend to have the lower IQs. Why? Because they don't reason, To have a good IQ, one must know how to reason to a certain level, all right? More emotional people are less likely they're gonna have reasoning skills. Now, that's just a general notion, That's not, there's some people got both. But majority of blacks, nah. It's this ghetto mentality is gonna be with us for another 3 or 4 generations. In fact, it may be with us for a long, long time until something really happens to change the whole social order. Until then, I think this is gonna be what it is. This is why nothing has changed. No matter all the social programs that were erected to solve social issues, particularly for blacks. None's been satisfactory at best at this point. All the programs that blacks create themselves are gone. Even the black church itself is dead. Everything that black people touch dies. Did you folks understand that? See, it has something to do with the black person. It's the nigga. It's the nigga that's in